Tim Elko getting the call this week.
There you go. Well, for those of you guys who are new, we're getting you ready for the week ahead. Happy to answer any of your questions. We'll go over some people that we'd like, dislike, maybe some to-start SP streams, the schedule, the whole 9 yards, getting you ready for Monday. So real quick, something I always like to do on this show, I like to go over the schedule of games. So this is the number of games for each team. These teams have 7 games next week. They include Arizona, Atlanta, Chicago White Sox, Cincinnati, Kansas City, and the Dodgers. Everybody else has 6 games. Nobody has 5. So a plethora of baseball coming up here, boys. Why is this important? If you play in weekly lineups, this might help you determine whether or not you're going to start somebody over the other if they have more volumes of games. So something to take into consideration. The top 5 easiest hitter matchups this week include Washington having the easiest, followed by Kansas City, Miami, Houston, and the Angels. And the top 5 hardest hitter matchups include the Mets, the Rays, the Athletics, the Dodgers, and the San Francisco Giants.
Cool.
So do with that what you will, my friends.
Lock it in.
Guys, let's dive right in here. Britton, I'll start with you. Give me a hitter that everyone should be looking to add for this upcoming week.
Kyle Stowers. I'm sorry, Mike V. I know this is a dagger in your heart. Ed 2, Brute, Julius Caesar, shout out.
Beignets?
Beignets are delicious. Fried dough, beignets and coffee. The breakfast of champions. Kyle Stowers is one of the hottest hitters this past week. He plays outfield for the Miami Marlins with Conine on the IL, not coming back anytime soon. He's got full plate appearances. Thank you so much, Sarah Max.
Hey, Sarah! Hi!
Sarah, you want to come say
Got any Amazon gift cards?
No. She says no. Sorry. So Kyle Stowers has been one of the hottest hitters this week. Man, he's hitting like 400, and he just keeps getting it done. So if he's on your waiver wire, go pick him up. What do you think, Mike V? Is that okay?
It is okay. And you can see here my little white bubble I have right here, Stour Power, baby.
So, yeah, there you go.
He was on my list as well as the number 1. He's got to be at this point. Again, just he's been pretty amazing to start the season. Obviously on an unsustainable pace, but he needs to be owned at this point with how well he's been hitting. Over the last month, he's got 5 home runs and 21 RBIs, hitting 337. But over the last 2 weeks, he's hitting 395. So guy's just been unreal. And again, hitting second in that lineup or any lineup for that matter. Miami's got some sneaky good hitters on that team. Like they're not as bad as people think.
He had a grand slam walk-off yesterday.
Yeah. Oppo Taco too. So off Mason Miller, which is if that tells you everything you need to know. So
that's special.
EA all day says should he drop Nimmo for him?
Yes.
This league.
Yes.
Okay, I'm personally not doing that. I think you could find somebody else on your team. EA all day, I would do that. But Nimmo for me has been turning it around recently. And obviously we all remember the big day he had with like 9 RBIs. Went 3 for 3 that not yesterday because they were postponed, but went 3 for 3 with 3 runs and a home run and an RBI. So for me over the last 2 weeks too, he's hitting 289, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. Nimmo hitting in the cleanup spot for the Mets. I think that team hasn't even hit their stride yet. I would be looking to add Stowers, but not the expense of Nimmo. But Govier, what do you think about Stowers and should EA all day do this?
Yeah, you can't drop Nimmo. Sorry, even for Stowers. Stowers is such a fascinating character this season. He is playing well now, has been playing well the whole season, folks. It's May 4th. May the 4th be with you guys, by the way, all right? Yes. Make sure we get that in. There you go. May the 4th be with everybody so we can be part of the corporate routine. But I will say that people are not picking Stowers up in a lot of leagues I'm in still. I tried to add him twice, but the other bids I had outdid him, and he's still on a waiver wire in a 12-team league I'm in. This is a Yahoo 12-team head-to-head Cats league. So I don't think there's a lot of belief in this with Stowers because it's not like he just started doing this. This whole season has been a breakout. He looks like a breakout of the year dude. And just for the record, if you want receipts on this, guys, go back to the original 2021, 2022 originations of the Prospects Power Hour on this YouTube channel. And there was a guy, a great friend of the show, still to this day, my main man, Mr. Phil Goyette was saying Kyle Stowers is a stud. And it just took a little bit longer than we thought it would.
Yeah, and if you guys look at here, I got a StatCast page up. Sea of red up here, which we like to see. K percentage, 27.5% is not terrible, but it's not good either. Whiffs a lot, but again, you can look at his hard hit percentage, his barrel percentage, bat speed, X slug, XBA, and XWOBA. They're all hitting red here. So this is a guy that looks like he's going to continue to get better as the season goes on. Who knows? We may be talking a month from now, and Kyle Stowers could be back on somebody's waiver wire. But
he'll have to chill out eventually. But right now, you got to get him involved in your lineup. Right now, he's an OBP guy too. He can get on base a lot through the walk. Has excellent plate discipline. In fact, more so than average. His average will go down, but I expect his OBP will remain pretty steadfast.
Yeah, agreed. Fantasy Sports says, is Stowers a must-add in a 10-teamer outfielder head-to-head points? Well, as always, Fantasy Sports, I hate to be the lame one on the show, but depends on who you're dropping him for. But is he a must-add? Hard to say. Like I said, it depends on what your team context looks like, but I would say so in a nutshell.
Yeah, in 10 teams, you got to have the hot guys.
Yep.
It's boys to men. No.
ABC?
Boy,
BBD?
Yeah. Look, in 10 teams, there are hot guys everywhere. It's like a hot guy show. So you got to having in 10 teams, like having not hot guys, you're losing because it's 10 teams. So you got to go out and get the hot ones.
Chippendales.
I need an outfielder. Kyle Stowers is gone, and it's a deep league. But here are my choices.
Okay.
Eli White, Ahmad Rosario, who's also third base and second base eligible, and outfield, who bat second yesterday for the Nationals. I know everybody's tired of hearing me talk about Ahmad Rosario, but he's available and he's playing, and he bats second in the Washington Nationals lineup. Or Zach DeCenzo. Y'all know Zach?
Yes.
What's up, Zach, for the Houston Astros?
Yep.
Kind of a preseason favorite of a lot of podcasters, but he's also first base eligible too. So Eli White for Atlanta, Ahmad Rosario, or Zach DeCenzo, or do I just keep starting Jazz Chisholm Jr., who's on the IL? Just because.
Yeah, why not? I love DeCenzo, so I'm going DeCenzo there. I think Eli White, he should be out of there sooner than later.
Yeah, I'll go DeCenzo as well.
All right, Zach DeCenzo it is. He's been hitting hot, running hot. So
hey, shout out to Jake Myers, by the way.
Yeah, isn't Jake Myers a favorite of the show?
Oh, you spoiled one of my guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's cool.
No, that's not spoiling. That's called segue.
I was going to say.
That's right.
There you go. It's a segue.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I like to add. I like Jake Myers in the preseason, drafted him a lot. I actually dropped him a lot, though, over the last week and a half because it looked like Zach DeCenzo was going to play more. Myers might be at the expense of that. But he had a great weekend against the White Sox. Yes, it's the White Sox, so maybe we shouldn't get too excited. But it was a fun weekend, and I did like his hard hit increase. Last year, he jumped up 8 or 9% his hard hit rate from 23 to 24, and it was one of the guys I previewed in a preseason video. So, yeah, I think Jake Myers is definitely someone we should be adding this week.
Do you like him better than Eli White? And
I do.
Zach
I do. I do. That's my opinion. Yes, I do.
All right.
There you go.
These are things I need to know. Zach DeCenzo about 7th yesterday with the Hunter Brown lineup. Shout out Michael Govier. Hunter Brown still kicking butt. Jeremy Pena, Jose Altuve, Isaac Paredes, Christian Walker, Yanier Diaz, Victor Carantini, and Zach DeCenzo. Why do you bet Victor Carantini ahead of Zach DeCenzo? Just out of curiosity. I'm genuinely curious. Like, I don't.
There's something in the water with Houston, Britton. There's no explaining any of it. There's just something going on down there. So
somebody says the manager, or maybe the manager doesn't really manage. Maybe he's just kind of snoozy or something. So it's like one of the assistant managers or the clubhouse guy, perhaps. So the clubhouse guy, when he's not getting drugs for clubhouse the players, he's like, okay, Victor Carantini was nice to me this week, so we're going to bat him 6th.
Shout out Tyler Skaggs. Rest in peace, buddy.
R.I.P., man. But and Jake Myers bats 9th.
Yeah.
So he
does bat down.
He doesn't tip the clubhouse guy. We know that. We know that about Jake Myers.
That's the only thing I don't like about Myers, and his StatCast page is also something to if you look under the hood, something I look at as well. But with Myers too, like I said, it's a kind of a double-edged sword, right? His spot in the lineup is ninth, which is not great, but that should mean he's going to see a lot of pitches as well before they turn the lineup over. He's got some speed. He had a great day yesterday. So I like him as a speculative ad as well in hopes that he can keep it up. We've kind of seen this from him before. Go ahead, go.
Mike, I'm looking on Fangraphs. I don't know about the StatCast page,
Yeah.
but his hard hit rate is now up another 7% from last year. It's up to 43.5% now.
Jake Myers.
Yeah. So that's growth from 2 years ago.
He had a really good weekend. Really good.
He did, but this is, I know it's only been 5 weeks of the season, but he's hit the ball even harder this year. So that's interesting at the very least.
His barrel percentage is still at 5.8.
Yeah.
So not great. But
not great.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we've seen this from him before. I mean, coming off of last year as well, like, you know, he's past 2 years, he was 219, 227. So maybe he's turning a corner. I don't know. But again, only 28. Real quick, no cheating. Where did he go to school at? Big Ten.
No clue. Oh, Illinois? I don't
know. University of Michigan.
No.
Close. Nebraska is where he
went to school. That's not really the Big Ten, but that's fine.
Cornhusker, baby.
Isn't that Big Ten?
It is. I'm just being a dick.
Okay. I was like, do those even exist anymore? Big 10, Big 12, Pac-10. Like, Pac-10 didn't even have 10 teams in it. Like,
don't get me started. Don't get me started. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a rant. Let's move forward.
All right.
So Chase Meadroth is back. FYI, he went on the IL. Now he's back batting leadoff for our Chicago White Sox. Shout out John Danks. You know who you are. Chase Meadroth is back. This dude's a player, man. If you need average and runs and stolen bases, Chase Mead first for the Chicago White Sox against lefties and righties. And he went to the University of San Diego.
Nice.
Also not in the Pac-10.
Yeah. I want to talk about a guy that's on my list here, and it's slightly cheating because he is owned in 57% of Yahoo leagues, but he has his roster percentage did climb 7% over the last week. And some guy that I'm very, very interested in because I drafted him and dropped him, but looking to add him tomorrow. Spencer Steer of the Cincinnati Reds has picked it up over the last 2 weeks. 306, 2 home runs, 2 stolen bases, and 8 RBIs while scoring 11 runs. Looks like he is putting those shoulder concerns behind him. I think this is a guy, and he has first base and outfield eligible. He had a 419 OPS with 4 RBIs in 17 games. Since then, he has a 922 OPS with 7 RBIs over the last 10 games. So Spencer Steer is somebody I'd be looking to add if somebody dropped him in your league, maybe in your shallower formats. Again, 57% owned, so probably owned, but give it a peek. I would like for his spot in the lineup to increase here and stay consistent. He's been batting 6th and 5th, but if he's batting 5th in that lineup, I like him a lot. And if he's starting to put the wheels on for stolen bases, Gov, if I'm not mistaken, you were a Steer guy coming into the year. He went 2020 last year with 92 RBIs. So any thoughts on Spencer Steer?
I am a diehard Spencer Steer guy going back to 2023. Easy. Really loved him. Breakout year. Enjoyed it. Last year was rough. It really fell apart. The shoulder thing. Then he makes the opening day roster. Doesn't even hit the IL this year when it looked like he wouldn't. So he basically had a spring training in April.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it started to look now. I was interpreting it as, oh, this guy just needs to go on the IL. He needs to get healthy. But I think it was just spring training in April because he's turning it on. And it's not just the Coors. They went to Coors last week for a 3-game series, and he played well there. But he's played well in other games. I agree. I'm back in now. I thought it was a lost season for Spencer Steer, but it turns out it was just April spring training. So bye.
Britt, any thoughts there? Do you have any Spencer Steer comments?
Yeah, he's been playing well. He's turning back on. If he bats 5th in the lineup for Cincinnati every day, that's a great sign. You know, we love players who bat somewhere in the heart of the order. So, I thought you were going to say Matt McClain. Like where
I like him too.
Does Matt know about this Spencer Steer thing you got going on? This weird Kansas City triangle thing? Like what is this? One Life to Live? What are we doing here? Like,
oh yeah, great show.
This is like 90210. you're Jason Priestley, Spencer Sears, Shannon Doherty, and then the blonde girl. I don't know what their names are, but you know what I'm saying.
Jenny Garth,
Yeah.
Kelly. Oh yeah, Kelly she was hot. Everybody loved her.
Yeah, Matt McClain, who's batting a cool 167 for the.
Now, we covered him on Friday after you left.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Okay.
He's my number one. He's my number one buy right now. And everyone's going to shit on him right now. Buy him.
Yep.
His cost will never be cheaper.
Yep. Gimme.
Yep. His cost will never be cheaper because he sucks so bad.
He's got 4 homers, 5 steals. There's good stuff
broken, there. When something's broken and it sucks, that's the time to buy. No, I'm just kidding. Matt McClain's.
No, you're right. It is. That's a great time to buy.
He'll be fine. I just like to tease you guys.
You'll glue it back together, Britton. That's what happens, right? Like you buy something. It's like at a yard sale, right? When you see something, you're like, this guy doesn't want it because he thinks it's shit. But little does he know,
the yard sale. Yeah. When was the last time you went to a yard sale? Like, oh gosh, or a garage sale? Do they still do those?
They do. I don't go though.
Yeah. There's value in a lot of those things too. Like I always see like on social media, people buy all these things, then flip it and sell it for like quadruple what they paid for.
Oh, there you go.
Pop it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no!
Let's keep the wheels rolling, keep the good times going here. Britton, I'm going to shoot it back over to you. What's a pitcher that you like that guys can add to their or gals to their team?
You saw the name in the chat, Logan Henderson. I know we're all big Logan Henderson fans here at the Pallazzo podcast. He may be coming back for another start. So like he's
what do we know? Why do we think that? Is it just a hunch, or is someone going down? I'm just curious because Yoho got optioned, or
yeah. So he like Henderson had an electric start his last start. He won the game. He went 6. I think had like 7 Ks, 1 earned run or something like that. And Jose Quintana, who had been a pretty decent starter, kind of got his last turn out.
Okay.
Plus, look, I like Woodruff, but like that's like a ticking time bomb essentially. So, so like going back to my NFBC teams, like everybody needs starters, and I like Logan Henderson for like $1 because. Freddie Peralta, Tobias Myers, Quinn Priester, Jose Quintana. Like, so there's going to be a spot open up on that rotation at some point. So I would look for a $1 ad for Logan Henderson to come back. So, but you have to be a week ahead, right? Because if something happens and he gets started, everybody's going to be on him. But whatever happens with Peralta, Myers, Quinn Priester, and Jose Quintana. Like Logan Henderson, we know is the first guy up. So I just that he's like kind of a speculation ad that I like.
What do you think about that, Gove? And who do you like as a pitcher ad this week?
Well, I love Logan Henderson very much. I just don't know. Look, they sent him down when Tobias Myers came back. They didn't get rid of Chad Patrick. All these guys are still there. If we're looking at the options on the screen I just showed you, Quinn Priester has an option, so they could send him down. And that's pretty much him. Chad Patrick could go, but I don't know if they know what they're doing here. I think we need to reassess the Brewers. We used to think the Brewers, they know pitching, but remember that David Stearns left, the guy who really ran that show and made them what they were. He went to the Mets as their GM, their president of operations now a couple seasons ago. So I love Logan Henderson. I love his talent. He's really just a 2-pitch pitcher, though. Even though he is that, there are guys who have come up and thrived on that for a while and gotten away with it until the league figures him out later in the year. And he dominated the A's in his only start, his MLB debut. But it's just a question of will he get there. But if you want to be a week ahead, I like it. I say this week, a 2-star pitcher that you might be able to add is Shane Smith. He's got the Royals and the Marlins this week. And I think it's worth taking a look at, give it a shot. I think his Yahoo roster percentage is what, gentlemen? It is 15%. So he's going to be available on most leagues. And I like him as a 2-starter. I don't love him. I don't think he's elite dominant, but I think he's worth an ad this week for his 2 matchups.
I like that call, Gove, and I'm going to plug myself here. I included him in my Mike VA notes this morning, and included Shane Smith as well as a 2-start SP stream. So I too like him as well.
I did not see those, just for the record. I did not cheat.
No. Yeah.
No plagiarism here.
Oh, good. Even if you did. The thing with him too is obviously you like the matchups, right? With who he's got. So in deeper leagues here too, I like him as a fine ad. Britton, I'm kind of siding with Gove here a little bit with the two. The only reason I don't like Henderson as much as everybody else does because he only has 2 pitches, right? So, but then at the same time too, I also don't know where he fits into the starting rotation right now. Like I think locks are going to be Freddie Peralta, Tobias Myers, and Quintana. I think those guys are going to stay in there. Quintana's been good. He had a blow up yesterday, but for what they got him for, he's been fine. And
he has no options. He's not going anywhere unless they dump him.
Right. Unless, he's got a pretty long leash after what he gave them so far this season. I think last start was which was yesterday, which his worst start of the year so far. But yeah, I'm fine with getting ahead of it now, and maybe they get rid of Quinn Priester or the other guy. But I know a lot of people will be banking off his game that he had when he came up. I think he had 9 strikeouts in his first outing. So
he looked good.
Yeah, it was an awesome start. Yep. There's no doubt on a Sunday.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? I'm sorry. Go ahead. What do y'all think?
Go ahead, Britton.
What do y'all think about old Lance McCullers? Did you know Lance McCullers Jr. is starting today, his first start since the World Series 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. So wish him for the best, but I just can't have a whole lot of trust in a very, very often hurt pitcher in his first start back. But we also know that he's talented. What do y'all think? Would you stream him today?
I don't think this is even close for me. I have no interest in him. They're going to be extremely careful with him too. I think he's going to see an opener type starter thing for the foreseeable future, at least for the first month. Yeah, Stars Platinum's even saying he won't even make it through 3. Yeah, like I think he can make it through 3. I don't know if the Astros are going to let him go more than 3. They're going to get his feet wet. It's a prime matchup against the White Sox. Like they're going to let him get a start under his belt. How many pitches does he realistically throw, right? And then also, not to mention as well, how many pitches do they let him throw throughout the season to keep him healthy, right? If this is a real playoff team, they're going to want him healthy. I personally, at this point in his stage in his career, and I know the Astros everybody needs rotation help, I would make him a long reliever at this point in his career. But that's just me personally. I don't have a lot of faith in him. I'm certainly not spending a lot of money on him and think in hopes that we're getting the old Lance McCullers. But real quick, I want to touch on this because you brought him up, Britton. Brandon Woodruff is going to be back in the rotation hopefully next week. They are toying with the fact that they are toying with the fact that they're going to let him go one more rehab outing on Tuesday. That has not been decided yet. But if it's not a rehab outing on Tuesday, he will be back with the team next week.
Well, there you go then. There's no – it just makes it harder for Henderson to get a spot then.
Yeah. So, but same thing like McCullers, and this is the reason it's a good segue. Between McCullers and Woodruff, they'll probably also be very careful with Woodruff as well. So maybe they go 6-man rotation. That's the only other thing.
Chad says they're going to let McCullers run wild, so we'll see.
McCullers on DraftKings, over-under strikeouts, 4.5.
Wow.
So I was like, I'll take that under all day long, under 5.
It's the White Sox.
Yeah, it's the White Sox.
I just want to hit this real quick. This was back to the Spencer Steer. Harry Brooks, our pal, attorney at law, Britton. Remember Harry Brooks, and what was that? While you were gone, Mike, there was this guy who had a great name. He sounded like a enforcer, detective / like
Harry Brooks. Yeah,
yeah.
That's a detective like in California or in Los Angeles that's kind of down and out, you know.
Oh
like,
yeah.
He's a private investigator, and then some super hot like divorced woman comes up and has him look for her husband. There's some insurance scam going on. He falls in love with her. She betrays him. You know how it goes, Harry Brooks.
Harry knows, yes.
He knows better than anybody.
Harry, if Harry doesn't know, nobody knows. Who do you like more, Kepler or Steer to points lead? This is not a debate. It's Steer all day, especially since points leagues usually favor walks. And Kepler has just never been a guy who's walked in his career, especially compared to Steer. So I think this is a no-brainer, Harry. That's my opinion.
I'm going to second that. Kepler, is it a sweep 3 for 3 there, Britton?
3 for 3, baby.
There you go. Steer. Yeah. So, all right. So we talked about some SPs that we liked. Let's go back to a second hitter. Utah, give me two.
Utah, give me two.
Britton, I know you said you were in on Stowers. Is there a second guy that you like that people should be looking at?
So I'm looking at two guys, not five guys. Although that sounds delicious.
Their fries are terrible. Their burgers are great.
I've heard that. What's interesting is I've never actually eaten out of Five Guys. Never.
Well, we gotta get it off the list.
Is that? Should I do that? Maybe I'll do that today.
You should.
Eli White, a 30-year-old post Raisin Bran hype guy, Eli White, left for dead by the Rangers, but now he's on Atlanta, and Jared Kelenic got optioned. Remember when he was a huge thing?
He
played for the Mariners, and their GM offered him a contract, like one of those buy out your arbitration, and he turned it down. I bet he wish he has that sucker back. But yeah, so whoopsie doozies. Hey, look, he said, I'm going to gamble on myself. Well, sometimes when you gamble, you lose, brother. I know that feeling. But Eli White's kind of been playing well. Are y'all familiar with the Eli White story?
I am. I don't know if I have much interest. I might have interest in him in a deeper format. But hey, like we talk about a lot on the show, ride the wave. He's been hot. So, Gov, what do you think?
30 years old. Yeah, I mean, just like a Nick Martini looking dude. But his back average is over 300, a couple of home runs. His slug is almost 600. We talked about WRC Plus yesterday in the Family Feud. Shout out Family Feud. Shine. I'm in the Corbin Carroll range. So good luck to Eli White if you're looking for a super sneaky outfielder and you're tired of the same old. You don't want five guys anymore. You're tired of it. Like I'm done with chain restaurants. I'm going to Big Kahuna Burger because they got those tasty Hawaiian burgers.
That's right.
They got the pineapple burger.
Tasty burger.
They got the pineapple burger. They put sriracha sauce on it. Eli White is the sriracha sauce to your pineapple burger. Just go ahead, give it a shot. What do you think, Michael Govier? Is that crazy talk?
Well, I mean, I have to say,
I do love the taste of a good burger.
Always have.
Yeah. Always have.
Eli White, I'm out because I know we're like Acuna still not ready to come back. It seems that's interesting.
Hadn't even started a rehab start. It's not even in the cards yet. So
Crazy.
He's got like 9 steps to go before he even comes back.
That's bumming me out a little bit. So, yeah, why not? I mean, why not? Sure, go for it.
Why anything?
Go for it. Why exactly?
What did we get all nihilism here on this podcast? Why not? Why anything? Why get out of bed?
Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Nothing matters. Do
It
whatever you
literally
want. There's
doesn't
no
matter.
consequences.
It will have
wait,
no
there are.
effect on anything, anywhere, anytime. Sorry.
Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you this. Everybody listening, watching, hear me on this, okay? Yesterday, I learned there are absolutely consequences for the decisions you make in this life. So please, please, please consider trust me, we're not going to get into this, but I'll tell you guys off air. I can't talk about it on the air, but trust me, these decisions impact your lives, your family's lives. They do matter. Britton is absolutely correct. It's not nihilism. We need to make the right choices.
Eli White has 7 straight starts, batting .292, 2 home runs, 2 stolen bases. So if you're out there and you're like, do I pick up Trevor Larnach, aka Law Don't Go Around Here, Law Dog? Or you're
That's
like,
right, Law Dog.
Yeah, if you're in the Trevor Larnach stage of life, like I am, or you're like, let's say Kyle Stowers is gone, and you're like, oh man, should I pick up Dalton Varsho or should I pick up Javier Baez? Look,
No.
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but just pick up Eli White instead and forget about Javier Baez. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that. But 100%, I don't want anything to do with Javi Baez.
No.
Gov and I talked about this on Friday, Britton, but I need to not look in the past and only look ahead. And the only person I'm going to make
philosophical today, boys. Very philosophical.
I'm gonna make an exception to that rule and not do that for Javi Baez. So.
I love when we
Huckleberry.
make a rule and then immediately break it. That's
Of
the way,
course.
that's the way to do it.
That's the American way, baby. Always has been.
I'm your
It's like
Huckleberry.
making a to-do list, and the first thing on the to-do list is making a to-do list, and you're like, "Sweet, done."
Cool.
It's called self-fulfilling prophecy.
That's right. Gov, I want to go back to you here. Second hitter. Do you have anybody that you like and you're looking to add?
Okay, well, I don't know how long we're gonna go. Are we not gonna talk about Kobe Mayo or?
We are.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Is he on your list to add?
Why not? I mean, am I missing something? Tell me why I shouldn't. Really.
Okay. Well, here's the first thing. I know that we talked. Some people were talking about it yesterday on Twitter, which wasn't very fair to him. He was in North Carolina at the time, around noon Eastern, when they made the call official. So that's why he was not in the lineup yesterday. Everyone was like, "Oh, Mayo's crushing left-handers," and then voila, he's not in the lineup yesterday. Rivera was in his spot at third base, but again, he wasn't even in the state of Maryland when the game was going on. So
Okay.
I do expect him. Is he in the lineup today?
Yeah, he's still hitting seventh.
Okay, there you go. And I know Chad's saying he's an obvious don't add.
Why?
I don't know if it's obvious, because here's the thing. I think they're going to give him some run, obviously, because of Urias is not there anymore. He's going to be on the IL with a hamstring. But number two, here's why you should add him. Okay. He hits the shit out of lefties in AAA. AAA is not the majors. I understand that. But the O's in general cannot hit left-handers right now. They cannot hit left-handers. They are the worst team against left-handed pitching. Mayo will hopefully help with that. He's not going to be able to fix all of that, obviously. But he's had a great start to AAA. This is his third stint in the majors. So they hopefully give him some long leash. Elias did say that he likes what he's seen. So the only thing that I am slightly hesitant on with Mayo is Brandon Hyde. So yeah, Brandon Hyde. This chat's saying here. So he's going to end up in a small side of a platoon. He's going to have to start hitting out of the gate, I think, to avoid that, right? And hopefully by his time that he gets into the majors, hopefully today he has a great game, starts hitting them out. Jordan Westberg's not too far behind either. So that's another thing that I'm looking at. So I wouldn't be blowing my wad on Mayo, but I think if he starts hitting out of the gate they'll find a spot for him, because Ryan Mountcastle can't hit either. So Ryan Mountcastle is the guy that I think is going to be on the odd man out here if Mayo hits the ground running.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker has spoken. Playing time concerns for Mayo once Westberg returns. When Luke Skywalker speaks, you should listen. Although we don't know this is Luke. It could be Anakin. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He killed those kids, man. That's
He
messed
did.
up.
Unforgivable. Yeah, unforgivable.
Hey, just FYI, the catcher today for the Baltimore Orioles, Maverick Hanley. What up, Goose?
What a sweet name.
Yeah, what up, Maverick?
Hell yeah, man.
Somebody's mama liked that movie. That's what happened there, fellas. Somebody's
everyone's
mama-
shit. Everyone's
Somebody's
crapping on
mama
Mayo.
liked Top Gun.
Hell yeah, they did. Or they liked the movie Maverick starring Mel Gibson from 1994.
R.I.P. Iceman.
Iceman,
Val
Val
Kilmer.
Kilmer. Missed you,
R.I.P.
buddy. Here he is right here.
right.
Where'd he go? I just had him tweet up.
I'm your Huckleberry.
There he is.
I'm
He'll
your
always be with
Huckleberry.
us.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone's crapping on Mayo. So maybe I need to revisit this. I will. I'll go back into the office.
There you go. Right after this show. Make sure you do that. A guy that I like, and I believe Britton liked him. Britton, correct me if I'm wrong, heading into the season. Mr. Nathaniel Lowe of the Washington Nationals. Only 57% owned in Yahoo right now, but it's starting to turn it around a little bit. Since April 28th, he's got a couple home runs, 8 RBIs, hitting around the 260 mark. I think this is a guy that you can add as a cheap first base option if you need it. Sitting in the heart of the order for the Nationals, batting cleanup. They have a home series against Cleveland coming up as well. So I'm intrigued by Nathaniel Lowe in deeper formats. I think if you can add him now, I think that'd be great. Went 3 for 5 yesterday with 2 RBIs and batting fourth today at Cincinnati. So, guys, any thoughts on Nathaniel Lowe?
Yeah, he's thrived. He's playing well. He's batting fourth for the Nationals. You got Michael Govier favorite, James Wood, batting third for the National. Not James Woods.
That's right.
Not a technical favorite. James Wood is a favorite. He's batting third for the Nationals. They're playing the Cincinnati Reds today with show favorite Mac McClain batting first.
And
Way to
Mackenzie
go.
Gore on the bump today, also a show favorite of me. Well, my favorite.
Yeah, Michael Govier talked up Mackenzie Gore before the season. He's killing it. One of the most strikeouts in the league. So we'll see how Mackenzie Gore does today. But yeah, Nate Lowe, a lefty first baseman. Yeah, he's killing it at Washington Nationals. He loves hitting in that park.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I don't understand here. Nate Lowe was like, he calls himself Nathaniel now. We're shortening it. It's disrespectful, but he's cool with it. He'll be fine with it. Just like when Michael Vick was Mike Vick, that whole thing. But he also became Ron Mexico, which is a whole different story. Anywho, Nathaniel Lowe is a guy that I drafted everywhere as either my starting first baseman or my corner infielder, depending on the league setup. I've got tons of Nathaniel Lowe everywhere, and I just thought it was a great lineup. I love the trade and an opportunity to play with these young hitters who were growing, and he could drive in a lot of runs. So give me all the low in the world, man. I've already got as much of it as I can get everywhere.
How low can you go?
I'll go way low. Brandon Lau, though, has not been the same story.
No.
So far
he's been
it's
terrible.
Not over. It's not over, though.
Hey, I got one player. This is an Uncle Ted a guy. Isaac Collins. Plays for
this is an Uncle Ted guy.
Are y'all familiar with Isaac Collins? All right, he plays for the Milwaukee Brewers. Batting second today. 3 is the magic number, as we always say. Get trippy with it. Batting second for the Milwaukee Brewers. Switch hitter, left field, Isaac Collins. Batting right behind Jackson Trio. Any interest? Have y'all looked into Isaac Collins?
Does he have the playing time to be considered, though? Like, is he starting? Or is he just one of those guys they plug in every now and then?
Plug in every now and then. Yeah. But, we got to talk about something exciting we can't just talk about Nate Lowe,
No, we can't.
Every day.
He's actually played 6 of the last 7 games.
Okay.
Started 6 of the last 7.
There you go.
Yeah, we try to get ahead of the curve.
Yeah. I don't necessarily have a prediction or have a thought or anything having to do with him, but Gov, any thoughts there?
No, I'll just follow Britton's lead. Cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
Isaac Collins, baby. Get your shares while you can.
Isaac Tom Collins.
Tom Collins is a drink made with gin. It's delicious.
See, I knew you'd like that.
Another Meet the Parents reference.
Another Meet the Parents reference.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, Isaac Collins, a Rule 5 pick, and we all know the Rule 5 picks are the most fun. They're like the play-in game in the NCAA tournament. You got to watch out for St. Peter's Peacocks. Next thing you know, they're in the Final Four. Who would have thought? But Isaac Collins batting second. He's a power and speed kid. I say kid. He's 27. Went to a Michael Govier favorite, Creighton.
Oh, Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
There you go.
Yeah.
Uncle Tess says, bet the Rangers wish they had a do-over with Lowe and Berger. Yeah, right now they might be regretting that.
Yeah, man. That Jake Berger thing is that sucks.
All right. So, Britton, we got to another hitter. Go. We talked about Mayo. I talked about Nathaniel Lowe. Let's get into another pitcher. Who are some guys that people should be looking to add this week, Britton? Who's another pitcher you'd like?
All right. So this is a closer, but if Shelby Miller is still available in your league, you gots to go pick him up. Justin Martinez, we've talked about this, but just real quick, Justin Martinez was the closer, signed a big contract, closed games out last year for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He has arm fatigue. He's been put on the IL. He will be back at some point, but they're not going to rush him. He's young. He's talented. I think they're going to let him heal up 100%. Meanwhile, Shelby Miller hasn't given up a run this year. So for those that are mathematically inclined, that's a 0.0 ERA for the year. He's been pitching lights out. He's got
great job.
He's gotten the past couple of I did all that math all by myself.
Yeah.
When you don't give up an earned run, your ERA is 0. I'm 99% sure. But he's been lights out. Yes, Kevin Ginkel is back, but he's looked shaky at best. So I would bet all the tea in China on Shelby Miller. Shout out Sarah Allen. What's up?
Also, I just want to know if Britton's ever done this before, because this happened to Adam just now. Tom Collins miraculously arrived at my house 2 seconds after my wife went off to Kroger. It's amazing how that works. Tom Collins just showed up.
Hey, any time is Tom Collins time. Let me tell you. You get that mix. You go to Walgreens and you get that Tom Collins mix, which is basically like a lemon drop situation. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It basically is. Oh, lemon drops. Ew, that takes me back to a time.
Y'all did a few lemon drop shots. In your day?
Back in my day. Yep.
Lemon drops, car bombs. Blah,
2
blah,
for
blah.
$1 lemon drop shots.
That's
baby.
right. Yeah, get a whole
It's
pitcher
Animal
of
Hour.
a Long Island iced tea. A whole pitcher. That was
Love
a
you,
college
college.
night thing. A whole
College
pitcher of a
pitcher.
Long Island. That's insane. If you have 2 Long Islands, you're screwed. Adam says, what about Ginkle? Is he washed? We kind of covered him on Friday. If you want to go back and look, we always recommend checking out our other shows that we just did. I actually timestamped it too, so you can go talk about the Arizona closer situation. But yeah, nobody's really motivated by Ginkle here. Right, Mike?
Yeah, I think it's Shelby Miller. I think Britton hit it on the head. I mean, he's been their best reliever out of that bullpen. I actually think, too, and we talked about it on Friday as well, but just a little bit of a spoiler, I think it's Miller's job for the foreseeable future, even when Justin Martinez comes back. So, because I do think that we'll be careful with him. So,
cool.
And plus, you get to say Winkle on my Ginkle.
Winkle on his Ginkle. Keep it moving,
Hey,
Mike. What's next?
Hey, y'all don't forget about Tony Gonsolin, a.k.a. the Cat Man.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone now, yeah.
If he's made it under the radar a little bit in your 12-team league, he's back for the Dodgers. He actually pitched well, believe it or not.
He was great. 9 Ks.
Yeah, it's great. You're right. He pitched. It's better than good. So he plays for the Dodgers. He's in the starting rotation. Glasnow's on IL. So Tony Gonsolin is a starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, which we all want a piece of that. So yes.
There's a segue there.
Yeah.
A Dodger segue.
Tony Gonsolin.
There's a segue to the Dodgers with that. A guy that I think we should talk about because he got called up. Mr. Hyun Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. Mike, while you're gone, I worked hard. I've been making graphics. I made another one. Can I share my graphic?
Please do.
Look at that. There you go. These are 6 guys I'm looking at. Some for right now, some for later. But yeah, I've got Kim at the top of the list. I think there's an opportunity. This guy he's 26. He's not some 20-year-old. He was playing in Korea. So if they finally called him up, he should be getting the opportunity to thrive in the best team in baseball. So I got him number 1 in my player ads, which it says question mark. So that means player ads. I'm not saying you must add these guys. I'm like, maybe, think it over. Yeah.
You look very Sprite in this.
I know Britton talked about this last time. He said I looked like a guy who's trying to sell him an ATV and says it's a guaranteed great deal. And then there's a bunch of
and he's showing me the financials. He's like, look, no money down for 60 months. Like, do you know how many years 60 months is? I don't, but a lot. Like that.
That could not be any more spot on, dude. Want an ATV? Come see Michael Govier.
We're
no
ready.
money down.
It's a guarantee, dude. Your wife will love it. I promise.
Oh my God, that's good.
You're gonna love it, and we'll throw in a helmet for free, buddy. All for you. Sign right here. Just
not on my head. Not on my head because I got the spiky hair going. I can't.
No prime payments coming in 6 months. None at all. I promise. Okay. But yeah, Hyun Soo Kim's at the top of that list. Also, Luis Urias, a guy who you talk about post guys. He's had a lot of chances with the Red Sox. He was a Brewer once upon a time. He's with the A's now, and he's playing every day, and they're letting him run with it, and he's doing something. So he's worth adding right now because he has second and third depending on the format you play in.
Yeah, I like Hyun Soo Kim as well. Not to be confused with the guy for the former Padre, now Tampa Bay Ray. Not that one.
Yeah, who's not coming back for at least another 2 months probably now.
Yeah, we're talking about the second baseman for the Dodgers. Tommy Edman hit the IL, so it looks like he's going to be taking over second base reps. Kind of like Mayo here, Gove. This is where I think they're completely two opposite players because I asked this question, or somebody asked me this question on Twitter the other day. Should I pick up Mayo or should I pick up Kim? And they're completely different players. If you need Kim's more of an average stolen base guy versus Mayo, who's kind of the power guy, right? So, but like Mayo, I have concerns with his playing time. Like, are they going to let him play second base consistently? Like, because I know they got Chris Taylor there still. They got Kike Hernandez. That's lurking. Miguel Rojas. So I just don't know if there's a path to consistent playing time for him. Maybe this is a good chance to get his beak wet in the majors. But interested to hear your all's thoughts though too.
What do you think, Britton?
I'm kind of passing. Like I don't know about the playing time. Like you said, you've got all these Dodgers players that are in the mix, in the hunt. So I would prefer Kobe Mayo just because of the home run upside. And if you want to take a spec out on somebody, let it be a home run hitter. Don't not somebody that's going to slap some singles. That would be my
already.
Yeah.
Now with low 2.9 APR financing.
I don't care about your credit. I care about you.
There's a place around here a long time ago. Anybody who's from my area, the Metro Detroit, Michigan area, back in the 90s, it was called Mr. Allen's Shoes. And they had this commercial. It was $20.99 a 2 for $50. $29.99 a 2 for $50. You get 2 pairs of shoes for $50 in the 90s. That's a steal of a deal.
That's a steal.
But the way he said it was just so funny. I'll probably download it and play it one day on the show. So, anywho, yeah.
I didn't know the shoe market was so hot.
Are you kidding me? Mr. Allen's?
Like, so, hey, we got to get in on this shoe market action. I mean, shoes are flying off the board here, buddy. We got to get in on this.
Hey, it's Detroit, man. Everyone's got a front business, and then they got 3 other businesses behind that. Okay, so you got to think a little big picture.
I hear you. Doing a little money laundering.
Right. There it is. Britton, go. So Britton and I made our thoughts clear with Kim. What are your thoughts there?
You talk to me.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Hyun Soo Kim?
I am going to add him. I also have him in a couple dynasty leagues too, but that doesn't really help anybody here. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe they're going to send him back down. I just don't see that happening. And you talk about like fantasy depression. Chris Taylor, Enrique Hernandez, Miguel Rojas. These are the kind of guys that will make you want to quit fantasy baseball. You're like, I'm done playing. It's just not fun anymore. They take the fun out of it. Hyun Soo Kim brings fresh opportunity for growth. He doesn't hit for power, really. He steals bags. He can score runs and hit for a decent average. He has a great eye. He can walk like crazy, Mike. You love walk guys. Hyun Soo Kim showed, at least in Korea, he could get on base through the walk very, very well. So, I mean, Adam's saying that be careful. Kim isn't half as good as the one on the Giants. Who's the Kim on the Giants?
I think he's talking about Hyun Kim from the Rays.
Oh,
you might be thinking of Jung Ho Lee.
I think he's being a little bit ethnocentric here. He's thinking every Korean's the same, and that's not true. So you need to broaden your perspective a little bit here, Adam. No offense, but come on, let's keep it real. Respect Korean people. Jung Ho Lee is an awesome player in his own right who hits for a little bit of pop and has been one of the better players to start the year. So just let you know. Oh, he apologized. Lee, my bad. That's okay, buddy. We're just here to teach you and grow. Learn, grow. Thank you. Anywho, there you go. I'm done on that.
All right. Next couple of guys that I wanted to talk about really quick. I'm going to get your all's thoughts on this as well because I did bring them up this morning within my notes.
Mike VA notes hashtag.
That's right. Check them out, man. They're popping. They're rolling. Another guy we haven't talked about, and maybe you guys did while I was gone. Any thoughts on Andy Pahas? Since we're talking about the Dodgers, this guy's been out of this world hot.
He's on fire. Boom shakalaka.
NBA Jam. It's a good game. Britton, I'll start with you. Any thoughts on Andy Pahas and not to be confused with Andy Pages, but Pahas? Do you have any thoughts on him?
Yeah, I unfortunately, if you missed his hot streak, you missed it. Mm-hmm. If you look at his StatCast page, he doesn't hit the ball very hard. He literally is in the 7 percentile of hard hit rate. So literally, like out of 100 Major League Baseball players, he hits it harder than 7. Okay, like that's not good. X-WOBA, XBA, X-slugging, exit velocity, barrel rate, hard hit rate, squared up percentage, chase rate, all way below average. So not saying that Andy Pahas can't be successful and everybody loves a good player on the Dodgers, but this is a Kyron Paris hot streak. He's going to I'm passing on Andy Pahas.
It was a great ride.
Not to be Debbie Downer. Look, man, you had a great couple games. More power to you. I love the Dodgers. But, yeah, those metrics are just so glaringly bad that this ship is about to come back to earth real quick. What do you think, Michael Govier?
This ship is England.
I started watching that last night, Master and Commander.
Oh, no, dude. That's a huge commitment. I hope it wasn't too late.
It was. It was.
It was too
but
late.
I did it anyway.
Of course,
it's kind of heartbreaking when at the very end spoiler alert. I mean, the movie's been out for 25 years, but when he tells Lieutenant First Lieutenant Pullings that Pullings is getting his own command, it's kind of got a little dusty in the room when
on
Lieutenant
a very
Pullings,
special Master and Commander.
when he says
Captain
you're
Pullings
going
gets his
to
own
captain
command.
the Acreon, back to Portsmouth, because once they make you a captain, they don't demote you.
Oh, Uncle Ted says he turns it off when they cut the little boy's arm off.
Yep, they did that.
That's how it was.
Yep.
It's history, man.
It's sad, dude, but yeah, man, stuff was brutal back then on those.
We got to learn from the past. Anywho, Pahas, he's a guy on the Dodgers who runs hot and cold, Mike. So he does go on streaks. He just went on a streak. He'll probably cool down now for a bit. I'm glad that Adam bid $1 for him. He's also bidding $1 on Javi Baez just for the hell of it. So enjoy those runs, but those runs will go cold with players like that. So I have Pahas as like a 5th outfielder in one league. That's pretty much it. I'm not running now because I think he'll cool off a bit, but it is the Dodgers, so there are opportunities to score runs, drive-in runs.
Yeah, I brought him up just simply because of the fact of obviously the hot streak. I will be 100% frank. I don't own any shares of him, Britton, but I did not know all of the things that you just said in terms of the StatCast numbers. So, again, common phraseology we use here on the show, ride the wave, and it looks like that wave is coming down to earth.
That's not the phrase.
What is
That's
it?
not even close to the phrase.
Uh-oh.
Carpe diem, baby.
That
that
is.
Carpe
That
diem.
is.
We only speak French in
On
this
the show.
podcast. Carpe diem. Eat your beignets, because when the beignet factory closes and there aren't any more beignets and the zombies come to town, what are you going to do? No more beignets.
Eat cake. You can eat cake.
Eat Carpe diem beignets.
We were laughing it up. I want to go back to this quickly on the Logan Henderson thing. Also saw word that Aaron Savali is about to start his rehab, although Aaron Savali is on the Rays. But so they really isn't. Yeah, Aaron Savali's on the Rays, right, Chad? I think you stoned out here, buddy.
No, I think they traded him to.
They did?
Yeah,
oh my God, I'm
last
such
year.
a douche.
Yeah, last year.
I'm a douche, Chad.
First,
I'm a douche, Chad. I'm sorry. You're right. He's on Milwaukee now. That's right. So that's another arm. Yeah, that's a good call, Chad. I want to give you full respect. I apologize. I was living in the past.
Yeah, Savali's been around town a little bit, but what do y'all think about Colin Ray? We talked about him last week.
Timmy, our old pal here, would you pick up a trade for Colin Ray? He's saying this is the Ray, which I love. I'm instantly adopting that.
Mandalorian shout out.
He's real. He's got something going down here. There's legitimate. He's not a dominant pitcher, but he's a veteran who can keep your ratios down on a team that wins a lot of ball games, Mike. So last week we already kind of talked about it, me and Britton. What's your take on Colin Ray, Mike?
This whole Cubs rotation thing is very interesting to me. So like I've clumped him, Ben Brown, Jameson Taillon all into this like same like I have no idea what the hell to do with these guys ball. Colin Ray's looked good. I don't know if this is sustainable, but again, ride the wave and see if it's something that sticks. There are times.
That's not a ringing endorsement.
Yeah, no, he's right. I mean, look, it's not going to last. He's not going to have a 1.4 ERA the entire year. That's obviously that's not going to happen. But he's playing. He's going to start every single barring injury because Steele's not coming back. So he has his spot in the rotation is 100% assured. He's going to make a start every 6 days, and he's going to go at least 5 innings, which he's been consistent about that. He's on a 1-year deal, so carpe diem. Every start counts. That's money in his pocket. So I like Colin Ray, especially like the whole team context was, man, the Cubs have been hot. Way to go, Pete Crow Armstrong. Why can't you bat Pete Crow Armstrong first? Why can't you do that? Like, I don't get it. Like,
it's funny you bring
somebody
that up.
Explain that to me. Like Ian Happ. Okay, fine. Ian Happ and Brandon Nimmo should go on a cruise together or something because they're the same effing dude. Who cares? Like batting Pete Crow Armstrong 7th when he's a top 5 player by every batting metric known to baseball. Batting him 7th is stupid. I'm sorry. It's just that's what it is. It's stupid. He needs to be batting higher. He needs to be batting higher in the order. And Craig Counsell is a much a good manager and all that, but I don't understand it. Maybe y'all do.
No, I don't either.
Real quick, Mike, on the Ray part,
Yep.
370 Sierra, 370, which is way higher than his ERA. His FIP is at 250, which is it's still good, but just to give you guys some, whenever I see a super low ERA, I always look at FIP and I look at Sierra, and it tells me, hey, is this guy getting lucky? Is there some things
Of course
that are about
he's
to change?
getting lucky. He's not Jacob deGrom. I mean, yeah, he's more Justin Vargas than Jacob deGrom, but he's playing well. Like, that's the whole point. That's
second Jason
he's
Vargas
on your
reference in 2
waiver wire
weeks.
for a reason. Like, he didn't get drafted in the in your 10-round draft. Like, no S. Yeah, but he's playing well. That's the point.
Yeah, my two thoughts here. Out of those three pitchers I mentioned too, you know who intrigues me the most is Ben Brown. Have you guys ever watched him pitch? Like, there are times where he just looks unhittable.
Yeah,
the dude looks phenomenal, but then he comes out and lays a stinker in another outing. So, but yeah, I'm kind of
like Mackenzie Gore.
Together. Exactly, right.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, but in terms of the Pete Carroll Armstrong thing, I agree with Britton. I don't understand why he's batting seventh, but I also understand the point that Uncle Ted's making here. He's hitting, don't touch him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, like, I think for a guy that can hit for that much power, that much speed, and he's having a great start to the season, I think maybe moving him up a spot or two. Like, if you don't want him in him seventh, fine, but he should be hitting in front of Nico Horner 100% and Michael Busch, in my opinion. So, hey, Durf Boy 22, $1.99 is Roman Anthony up soon.
$1.99, you move to the front of the line.
There you go. Roman Anthony, is he up soon? I talked about him as one of the guys to stash in fantasy baseball. A lot of people think because Tristan Casas is hurt that means they're going to plug him there at first base. No, but here's an interesting take here, guys. What if they moved Wilyer Abreu to first and then gave an outfield spot to Roman Anthony? Anybody have any thoughts on that?
Well, apparently Alex Cora and the organization had some thoughts, and they decided that Romy Gonzalez playing first base is the best idea that
Guys,
they've got.
Britton, you're going to laugh maybe, but Romy Gonzalez was a guy on that increased hard hit rate video in the preseason. He had a big jump in 23 to 24. It's interesting. It's like, you wouldn't think he's much, but he was actually in the 40s, I think. So just say it's interesting.
There you go.
Hey, look, it's all good until it isn't. So Romy Gonzalez, good luck.
I don't think Roman Anthony's coming up anytime soon. I think they're looking at a lot of their options. Even Chad earlier in the show said, isn't it interesting that Yasmani Grandal is still on the roster? He didn't opt out. He could play first base too. That's very interesting. Just saying. This is a veteran team that wants to win. They can't have a ton of guys. But the one guy I didn't mention on my graphic too is David Hamilton, who I talked about on Friday, Mike. I'm very excited that maybe David Hamilton will get more playing time going forward. Somehow this benefits him in a way. Even though Christian Campbell is back in the lineup today, David Hamilton is playing today as well. That's 3 straight days. Lock it in.
Trevor Story hurt? Is that why he's not?
No. I think he might get a day off Sunday.
Okay.
A lot of days off. So.
Christian Campbell's back in the lineup today, though. No.
Yes, they're both playing.
Adding fourth.
Yeah.
Okay. Durf Boy, to answer your question, is he up soon? Like, define soon, right? Like, relatively, so like, could he be up in May? I wouldn't be shocked if he's up this month. When is anybody's guess, though, man. I wish we had a crystal ball and could tell you the exact date. Do I think he's still worth a stash? 100%. Number one prospect in baseball right now, according to MLB.com. I think this is the guy, if you have a chance in the roster space to have him, even if you don't have IL stashes like Yahoo does. I think he's up this month. When, I couldn't tell you, though. I actually have made this call earlier this week, though, or on Friday's show. I think you see Jordan Lawler still coming up Monday.
There it is.
I'm predicting it. Bubba Chandler and Roman Anthony, I think they're all up at some point this month.
Here's something real interesting. He's asking about the Super 2, which is something that has to be defined by this kind of structure that MLB and that players union work together to create. This is what the thresholds have been the last several years, 2.1 years, 2.1. So it usually looks like it's around 2.1-ish years regardless every single year. If you're looking for some type of guide on Super 2, which is something that we're not experts on, but I just wanted to help you guys out there because he did ask about it and he tipped us. So there you go, buddy.
Yeah, and Derek,
thank you very much
for the tip.
I love Sunday lineups, because you got days off for veterans like Trevor Story, and then you've got these random players
Maverick
that get playing time. One of which is Brandon Lockridge for the Padres.
He's back.
He's playing center field. Ronnie Simon is playing left field today for the Miami Marlins. Just
So
a bunch of
Lockridge just came off the
randos.
IL then, because Lockridge was on the IL, and Jackson Merrill will be back soon too, supposedly as well.
Yes, hopefully this week Jackson Merrill will be back.
Yeah. All right, guys, we are approaching a little over, actually over an hour, just a hair. Before we head out, I did want to mention a couple to start SP streams if I could. Really quickly, we already talked about one of them. Gove talked about it. Shane Smith gets Kansas City and Miami this week. The other 4 guys I wanted to bring up very quickly. Jackson Jobe for the Detroit Tigers gets at Colorado versus Texas. Texas can't hit the way out of a wet paper bag right now.
Corey Seager is back, though, just to let people know real quick.
He is, yeah. Griffin Canning, who I'm very, very intrigued by, at Arizona and the Cubs. 2 hard matchups, I get it, but the way the Mets are hitting and the way that he's been pitching, I think that's not a bad deal at all. He's only 39% rostered. Matthew Boyd, another Cub, first San Francisco and at the Mets. And then, hear me out here, guys, in deeper league ads here, AJ Smith-Shawver versus Cincinnati and at Pittsburgh. And then, of course, we talked about Shane Smith. So those are my top 5 SP streams, less than 60% owned.
Deeper leagues, you know who you guys need to be adding. Dane Myers. Dane Myers alert. He stole 2 bases yesterday. Since Friday, he's done more. What else do you need to know, folks? Yes, Kyle Stowers getting all the love, but right underneath him is a guy who can do just as much and hit for a better
He's been
average.
great.
He has.
He's batting
Let the man
sixth.
play.
Yeah, he's batting 6th today. Dane Myers, right behind our boy Kyle Stowers. So you
He
can
can
get
hit.
some. Yeah, you get some Miami flair, some Miami spice. Spice it up, baby.
Miami Vice Spice. There you go.
Those
Jess
are
says
great.
Jake Irvin over AJ Smith-Shawver. Wow, okay. All right, I like it. Also, this guy's name was mentioned a billion times. This is mentioned once. Leo Rivas. Do we know it? Anybody care? Is it enough playing time for Rivas?
No, I don't care.
Yeah, second base for is he getting one of those Veteran Day starts? Leo Rivas for second baseman for the Mariners. He had a hot spring training, right? Am I thinking of the right guy?
Yeah.
He might be. He can play. He's got
Leo
talent,
Rivas.
but it's a matter of playing time. So, and he's
Yeah,
getting
he's
in the
batting
lineup.
9th. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Interesting. All right, so is that it, Mike? Is the show over?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Unless
Okay.
you guys had anybody else that you wanted to discuss, but I
Tell
want to
me.
give a huge shout out to everybody that joined us on Friday. If you didn't get a chance to do that, please make sure you go back and watch and like the video, and maybe leave us a comment as well. That'd be great. My first week back doing both shows, so it's felt nice to get here and talk about fantasy baseball. Love these 2 gentlemen to my left and at the bottom of me here. It's been great to talk about baseball. I hope everybody wins your matchups, has a great Sunday, and we hit the ground running to start the show or start the week on Monday. But I'll flip it to you guys to close this out. Any closing thoughts here? Go over, Britton.
Isaac Collins batting second for the Milwaukee Brewers. Shout out, Uncle Ted. Yeah, don't sleep on Isaac Collins. Go to all your waiver wires and go grab Isaac Collins. You're going to love it.
Frank made it in the very last second. He's feeling under the weather, so hoping to avoid an IL stint. Frank, rest easy, buddy. You don't have to worry, because even if you missed the live show, this thing is here in perpetuity, 24/7 on the YouTube channel for everybody to watch and listen to. You can fall asleep to it at night. You can just turn it on and play it on a loop, and then we'll just make advertising dollars, which is cool with us. So if you want to do that.
Frank, you know what helps with not being sick is stop wearing other people's clothes, man. Don't steal people's shirts. You can't do that.
No, he got his shirt stolen. It wasn't his fault.
Actually, I stole this shirt from Frank.
All right. Okay, right. Yeah, that's
Got
true.
it.
It wasn't Frank's
Okay, that's
fault.
true.
Yeah. Good
Frank's
call,
the
Britton.
victim here.
He's the victim.
I'm so sorry, Frank.
And he's sick to boot.
Hey, Frank, you come to First Pitch Arizona, and we'll get you a Palazzo
Yeah,
shirt to make
that's
up for
right.
the one that
Actually-
Adam Sandler, the multi-billionaire, took.
Little secret there. I'm working on. I really am. I'm talking with a guy right now to finalize a run of shirts, some new shirts. So stay tuned, everybody. Finally, way overdue.
Jeez.
Way overdue. Let's get the hell out of here. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully, it was informative as well. For Mike, Britton, I'm Michael. Bye bye.